What's going on, everybody? Oh my god. We keep going through this. I'm going to go through multiple intros. It's okay, though. Welcome to Glitchcast, episode number 2. That beautiful voice that you hear is our lovely guest, Dan. Dan,
hello.
Tell everybody who you are.
My name is Daniel Carranza. About 5'5", 6-ish, you know.
Ooh.
And I'm the new head of director of content for the Atlanta Reign.
Which is, if people don't know what that is, do you want to explain?
Oh yeah, we're an Overwatch League team. So I manage all the content for the team.
So, dude, I gotta ask, like, right out of the gate, how do you get a cool job like that? Because I know, like, speaking from experience, me and Kingsley have applied to Ubisoft here in Winnipeg like several times.
Oh, I applied to Ubisoft too. Yeah, I got denied. Yeah, apparently I wasn't experienced enough. But
see, Kings, I told you. So. They are looking for crazy experience, which they're not going to find in the city.
But so I meet the requirements that they're asking for. But yeah, I don't know. But Dan well exceeds it. Like the story that you told me was insane.
I also wasn't qualified enough to work at Henry's Cameras, so there's that too. So, but I can work an owl. So
yeah. So how do you get a cool job like that?
Honestly, my start came from just being diligent on Twitter. My first job was last year in esports with Toronto, and I knew the CDL was starting up, so I kind of just kept my ear on the streets, I guess, and was just like, all these teams are gonna need content people, so I just kind of really paid attention to who was hiring, and Toronto came up, Florida came up, Seattle came up, a bunch of teams came up, and I just applied to all of them. Hope for the best.
Yeah,
Toronto gave me the shot. So
yeah, and so you create all their video content and highlight reels, and
yeah, Toronto was a little less involved. I was just a videographer and editor, like on a lower scale. But now I'm the head of content, so I'm kind of in charge of everything.
Wow.
So slowly transitioning into getting me actually in control of everything. But it's we got one video down, so it's cool.
All right. Yeah, I watched that one today. Great job, by the way.
Thank you.
So are you going to have like people under you that are also kind of like working with the Reign to like make their content look the best it can be?
I'm going to be totally honest with you. I do not know yet.
Right.
We're kind of just in the process of getting me down there and like actually working on stuff. So I'm going to try to get that done first, and then we're going to worry about everything else. So
right. So you are moving. So do you live in Winnipeg right now?
Yeah, I've lived in Winnipeg for another like year and a half now since I left Toronto.
Right. And how did you meet DJ here?
I think through Daryl. They used to work. My brother Daryl used to work at Foot Locker with him, and then
we go pretty far. Like not pretty far back, but like I've known Daryl.
It's pretty far.
Brother. Yeah, pretty far. Like I worked with Daryl at Foot Locker, and then like I've always had some communication with Dan. And like we're not best friends by any means, but like we've always been in conversation. Wow. We've always had fun. Well, no, I mean like best friends in regards to like we've never fully like you know what I'm talking about. Like we could have a conversation about anything, and it would be totally fine because we're totally chill on everything that we talk about. But we just don't talk every day. True. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But had we probably talk every day, dude, we would be really good friends. Just like. They're
probably
both Daryl and Dan are so easy to get along with that the first thing I ever remember with Dan though, and I'll say this, I 1v2'd him and his brother in Advanced Warfare. That's like one of the only things I ever remember. But yeah,
I will say this publicly, that was BS. We were playing
he's just sad because I won
on a 40-inch TV and I had little brother controllers, so it didn't even work. So
you heard it here first, guys. The guy who knows everybody in the CDL, I beat him. I beat him and his brother.
Yeah. So going back to your involvement with esports and the Reign, do you have any cool stories working with the Toronto team? And as well as the story behind the jersey in the Ziploc bag hanging behind you.
The jersey's pretty recent. So you guys can see it right here over my shoulder. It's a Celtics jersey. My whole family is like Laker fans, so we absolutely despise the Celtics. I would never put another like team's jersey on me. So yeah, I bought a random mystery box with a signed jersey, and it turned out to be a Celtics jersey.
Oh,
Probably one of the
no.
saddest days of my life. And yeah, so it's just kind of tacked on the wall because we had a bet with one of my best friends. We did this together, and I don't think he's even gotten his jersey yet. So I'm pretty sure I got scammed. But yeah, we have to display it in our houses for life. So it's on my wall. It's tacked. I haven't gone around to getting a frame. I really don't want to get a frame for it. So yeah, there's
I
that.
think it looks good the way it is.
I think it looks
definitely a
okay, too.
conversation starter for sure.
It's actually funny because like I never look at it unless like I'm streaming and then somebody's like, "Nice jersey," and I'm just like, "Yeah, no,
No, it's not.
no, it's not. It's really not."
So
It's like a slight jab at the team.
Yes.
Just disrespectful enough.
Yeah,
So, for even as long as I've known you, Dan, and as many conversations we've ever had, there's two things that I found out about you very recently that I didn't quite know.
Okay.
First one being comics. I did not
Yeah.
realize how big into comics you are, which is crazy because I'm probably the one that's most into comics out of all of our friends.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been into comics for a long time. I actually didn't. I had no money, obviously, so I was a child. But like I always read comics through like whether it be like Marvel. I can't even remember what the subscription service is called, like the $5 a month thing where you can read as many comics as you want.
Oh, I had that for
Marvel
the
Unlimited.
free trial. Yeah,
Unlimited.
it's
Yeah,
pretty
that's what
cool.
it's called. Yeah. So I had that throughout high school, and it would just be like $5 from my parents that I just buy that instead of buying like the $5 comics. So I've read comics for like a long time, but since I have money now, it's just like I can actually buy them. So I've been buying the runs that like from like 2015, 2016 that I really liked.
And do you have a favorite? Like your favorite run of them?
Who's your favorite
The
superhero?
2016 Spider-Man all the way.
See, man,
Yes, sir.
we would literally be best friends. That's what I'm saying.
But Miles Morales Spider-Man.
That's cool
Yeah.
though. I'm done with that. You do like hip hop. You do like hip hop, so it makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Fits into the vibe. The other thing is we've had conversations about, I don't know if I can say it, but a specific owner in the CDL that we both admire very, very well. He's been in the game for a long time, and I know you've talked. I don't want to out anybody, but I know you've talked about how you've had conversations that he was trying to poach you to come to his team. I never really realized how big you actually are in that scene until I started looking at your Twitter following, your Instagram following, and you made me very jealous. I'm not gonna lie, in a good way.
Yeah, Twitter's actually a funny place. I don't have many followers on Twitter because I haven't used it in so long. But like the people that do follow me are all like verified and stuff. It's kind of weird. So yeah, but yeah, yeah, Hex was like kind of like a big inspiration for me. So just getting to talk to him, the last part you said, but just getting to talk to him, and I think I talked to him in Atlanta. That was like our first conversation. I passed by him a bunch in Minnesota when we were in like for the opening weekend, and I never had the balls to talk to him. I just walked past him like a few times, looking at him like, and I just walk away. But like Atlanta, I was like, okay, we've done the video on Huntsman, and like, so I have something to talk about now. So I walked up to him and talked to him about that, among other things. But yeah, it was super cool meeting him.
Yeah, that was a pretty shocker to me when I was like, oh my god, okay, Temp follows him. Literally the entire Ultra team, who literally just won stage 2,
Yeah.
follows him and are congratulating. They're like, Dan, great job. I'm so glad, so happy for you. That was a big moment for me that I was like, holy shit, okay, Dan is. I always knew you were very good at your job, especially like that first Toronto Defiant video that you guys did. Man, you've known me. I've been a huge Overwatch fan since it came out. It's the game I love most. All my friends can attest. Man, that video, I watched it again the other day. It gave me like chills. Oh, it's so good. So good.
Yeah, that was a great one. Shout out to Mike Onley. He did most of that. That guy's a genius too.
I was going to ask you, if we weren't in COVID, would you be attending like the events with the Rain? Like, would you be with them at the big esports arenas?
Oh yeah, that's part of my job. So I like travel with them and shoot all the video stuff on the road.
Oh man, that's gonna be so sick.
Yeah, we got like 2 trips in for Toronto, and then COVID hit, so everything kind of backed up.
Right, right, and yeah, all of our jobs on this podcast have definitely been affected by COVID. So it's such a bummer that you get this really cool new thing, and it's kind of like,
Yeah.
well, I can't make it as fun as it could be.
Yeah.
But hopefully, because I got lucky when I went to Las Vegas, I got to go to the HyperX esports arena.
Mhm.
And I can just imagine you going to some of these big esports arena around the world with the rain.
Yeah.
Like, what an experience.
Yeah, LAN is so fun. Just like the environment. Everybody's like a big nerd for the esport there, and it's just like, it's so fun.
Right.
Mac, have you ever gone to an esports event like that?
Well, no, the only thing I've seen was competitive Smash Brothers at HyperX there.
Oh my God.
Just got lucky. That's what they were playing.
When MLG was still around, we went to MLG Anaheim. And those are
Ooh,
small
Anaheim.
in comparison to what these new events are. And that alone was like, it was Call of Duty Ghosts, so it was very boring to watch. But being able to meet like people that you're like, oh man, I literally watch you on YouTube all the time. Like I met Midnight, who follows you on Twitter, and that alone was like a big thing for me. I was like, man, I met her like 10 years ago. And like I followed these people for so long, but yeah, being able to see like, man, Scumpy and Nade Shot was there when Nade was still playing. That was the Complexity era, so that was like Crim and Karma. Man, the hype in the environment is unmatched. Like I would say, even in a regular sporting event, I don't even think it's matched.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, LAN is special. It's crazy. Like I don't think you can only really like think about that if you've been to a LAN. It's nuts.
Sports, I find, and Mac, we've kind of had this conversation in the past too, of how I'm myself am starting to transition away from sports a little bit more and more into esports, because I have more of a passion towards it, and I get a chance to sometimes, very, very rarely, but sometimes play with people that I almost idolize and people that I watch, where you have a chance to play against these people. Like I'll say it, but yeah, when I killed Tim and Courage in Call of Duty, like that was a big moment for me. That was cool. I'm never gonna go shoot hoops with LeBron. I'm never gonna play catch with Drew Brees. Like that's not gonna happen. But the chance that like even in Overwatch, like getting into those top 500 games and playing with people that like I watch, and man, it's a cool feeling, and like you can't get that in regular sports.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of you, our buddy Brandon was killed by Dr. Disrespect one time, and they clipped it on stream so we could all watch it. And to us, that was the coolest thing that could ever happen to us, was getting killed by like a top level streamer, right? You just kind of starstruck, almost like, holy shit, it was like the doc, and they murdered them too without a thought. It was awesome.
Yet Dan's out here just having lunch with methods.
Actually, it's pretty crazy. Like, I actually got killed by Dr. Disrespect too in H1, and it was like the
really?
scariest moment of my life. Like, I was in a building and I sucked at that time because that was my first ever like keyboard and mouse game. So I was just kind of figuring everything out, like looking down at my keyboard every 2 minutes to see what I was doing. And I was in a building, and then I just remember like the procs chat. All I hear is like, "I hear you inside," and I was like, "What the?" I was like, "No, no." So I hid, and then he found me, stomped me, and just left. And it was the scariest thing I've ever experienced in my life.
Oh, that's good. I'm 6 degrees from 2 people now that have been murdered by Doctor. That's pretty cool. I never thought I'd know more than one person.
Yeah.
So what kind of games are you into, Dan? Like, what's on your regular rotation these days? I know I've dropped in on some Valorant streams where I forced you to play LMG. Unfortunately, my apologies.
That was fun. Yeah. I've been trying to get into Valorant just because like a lot of my friends play it. Play a little bit of Apex. Overwatch a lot with my friends. Not much else. Just like Call of Duty. I play whatever. Kind of just float around.
Yeah, I think we're the same way. We're just whatever the flavor of the month is. Like I know around here, it's definitely been a lot of Apex, Call of Duty, obviously. Al's been trying to beat The Witcher, and that's a long, long process.
Try. No, I have beat it. I'm beating it again.
Nice.
Oh Jesus!
I love that game.
Yeah. Is there something about like an Overwatch or an Apex that draws you into it, Dan?
Uh,
Just the competitive nature of it all?
yeah, I've always just been like a hardcore like FPS player. Like Daryl and I had like the original Xbox, and we started on like Halo 2. So we've always just played games like that where you can just kind of be better than somebody and like let them know about it. That's kind
Okay.
of always been our thing. So yeah, just like growing up with Halo, Call of Duty, all that stuff. Everything FPS is like really fun to me. And I just like I like getting better at things. So I suck at Valorant and I'm really trying to get better. And it's so fun and rewarding when you like actually start hitting shots instead of whiffing everything. So good.
What's your placement in
It-
Valorant?
I haven't even played a ranked game.
Like,
I
at
just
all?
no, not at all. No.
If you had to ballpark where you would land, where do you think you'd go?
What are the ranking? It's like iron, bronze, silver, gold. Probably like somewhere around like maybe gold, low plat.
Okay.
If I had to like, that might be a stretch, but I think it's
So you
pretty
classify
accurate.
yourself as an above average gamer?
Always.
Always? The only person to believe in yourself is you.
Yeah.
That's how
That's
it
how it has to be.
work. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. Better than me. I think I'm a silver or bronze in Valorant. Easy.
But you're
Hey,
an
I
above
could be
average
down
player
there.
in Call of Duty, though, Al.
Oh, that's a completely different type of game, though.
Sort of.
Valorant is literally all like actual aim and flicking on the people. Call of Duty, you can spray as much as you want and still get a kill.
I don't know. Tell it to Shroud.
That's why Shroud is really good at Valorant and all that. He's just a beast. He has natural aim. He's insane. And then Call of Duty, anyone can be good at Call of Duty.
There's somebody that's
My
Relatable.
opinion.
quite creative, Dan, and job is content creation. Where
Yeah.
do you come up with new ideas? Is it really like kind of what's hot in the market, or
You always got to keep an eye on what everybody's doing, especially like the bigger orgs, obviously, like the 100 Thieves, the Optics, the Shock, even though they don't really put out anything. Like, you kind of always got to pay attention to what's working for them. And also, like, nothing is ever going to work for two people the same way. So you gotta, it's a really big mix up. I actually have a notebook of stuff that I just like randomly wake up and I'm like, oh, that'd be a good idea, and then I write it down. So like it's always just like it's always on your mind. So especially like being a creative in esports, being creative is already like a 24/7 because like ideas pop in and out, and then esports everything's 24/7. So like it's another cycle of just being always there and like present. So it's a lot of like being on Twitter, a lot of scouting, a lot of thinking what kind of personalities you have on your team, and kind of working towards that.
And if somebody was looking to possibly get into this industry, do you have any suggestions on places they could look for inspiration, or somebody they could reach out to get advice, or maybe just to learn? Yeah, like one of our chat in the Twitch chat, they want to steal your idea notebook. Like,
It's worth a lot
but
of
like
money.
I have no idea. Like, where do you even get started to go down this road if you want?
Honestly, for me, so like I said, we've grown up on Halo, Call of Duty. I've always been very close with those games. So watching content from like Scump and them, I've always been into it. And then when Vision came out, that's kind of when I was like, I can do something like that. Like that's something I'm really interested in. Like I guess right now, if you had to start fresh, like go to your favorite game. If it's a competitive game, even better. You just go to your favorite team, see what they're putting out, and just like kind of start learning. I'm a big fan of saying I'm kind of a student of the internet. I don't really have a degree in film or anything like that. I actually dropped out of university to do this. So like just kind of being diligent on the internet. Like you can learn a lot. I learned everything from YouTube, stuff like that, and just watching past work, and especially like Vision, because that series was huge. Just like learning how to storytell from that was like a big thing for me.
Yeah, and I think you hit on, you can learn most stuff from YouTube, right? Like that's been my
Yeah.
teacher when it comes to
Mhm.
editing videos,
Yeah.
editing sound. I think we're very lucky that there's people that take time to make a quick 10 to 30-minute video to teach us a new skill. And Kings, I think you had mentioned there's like these quick online courses you can take as well. I don't remember what that website
Yeah,
was called that
like
you were showing us.
Oh
in
yeah.
in my job, like all I do is learn either through YouTube or we have a program at work called Udemy, which they offers like $5 to $10 courses, and they'll walk you through literally university grade courses. Like when I was in college and finishing up my diploma, like I was asking my coding teachers, being like, "Hey, this is kind of what I'm learning in this course. How does this pertain to our course that we're in now?" He's like, "Oh, you probably actually learn more from that course than you do." It's like, "Oh, well, that was a good $5 spent." So like, especially in creative stuff, like Dan hit it on the head. Like YouTube has got so many tutorials. Um, but there's always like Udemy, lynda.com. There's tons of free learning stuff and really cheap learning stuff too.
Skillshare is a good one too.
Skillshare.
Mm.
Skillshare is usually like the one thing I know of that does online courses.
So Skillshare, if you're looking to sponsor us, the Glitchcast, weekly episodes. We're open to sponsorships. So you mentioned Scump. I won't ask you about a team because that's really not fair. But who's your favorite like content creator?
In general, or like specifically Call of Duty?
In general, like, or if you got a couple, like if you got one for Call of Duty, one for Valorant, whatever.
In COD, I might be a little bit biased, but I think like Zinni, our methods, like I think he's really underrated. He's got a lot of potential. But Zuma in that space too, he's like really good at just getting people hype. I think he's one of my favorites, like in general right now. Other than that, I think like who do I watch on Twitch? I watch XQC a lot. It's just fun, brainless activity all day.
I did not expect that one. I did not expect it. But yeah, he is pretty ridiculous.
Did you see the picture of XQC dressed up as Doc that Doc posted today?
Yeah, I did. That was pretty good. I like that one. Yeah. Yeah, like content creation for me is like it's always just a filter. Like when I go on Twitch, I actually go through everybody I follow before I actually commit to like watching one stream. So like I'll get on at 2 p.m., see who's streaming, go through everybody's stream, and be like, probably like this today or something like that, and just leave it on for the whole day.
Now, do you like when it comes to like Twitch stuff, do you like smaller streamers? Do you like the big ones? Like you say you watch XQC, but are there any kind of smaller ones you lurk around in? Because I know for me personally, I don't know what it is, but I like tossing follows to people that are like around the 10 to 15 viewer mark. Because you just see their face like totally change, right? And it just like makes their whole evening. It's fun. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of the smaller streamers I follow, like I know them personally, so I'll always try to like pop in whenever I can if I have time. Like, and it sucks because like you can't be in multiple places at once, but I wish I could, just like in everybody's stream. But yeah, like everybody that, even people that started streaming like this year just because of COVID, like it's great to see everybody that I know like just kind of turning on a stream every now and then. It's pretty cool.
Is there anything you're really gonna miss about Winnipeg?
Like I see two heads shaking and
for me, I'm a really big family person, so like it just sucks that I can't bring my whole family with me, because like I don't know if you guys know, but like we all live together still, and I just live at the house. So yeah, it's just like it's always a different vibe when I'm just by myself. It's kind of weird, and I'm like used to having a big family, so usually just family. But other than that, I mean, how often do you get to live in another place other than home, right? So, yeah.
It's true. And as cool of a city as Atlanta.
Yeah. I mean, Toronto was pretty cool, but I don't know if I liked it that much, honestly. But,
oh, really?
Yeah, I'll see about Atlanta.
And Atlanta, you can just pop into those Disney movies, just, hey, Avengers, hey guys, I'm here to shoot some content with you guys.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So yeah, I don't know about missing stuff in Winnipeg, but yeah.
Do you have a
You won't.
do you have a tentative date for when you're going to Atlanta, or just kind of when the visa clears?
I have to give an estimate right now, probably like 2-3 weeks.
And how's that process in COVID, doing the whole visa and all that?
Apparently it's supposed to take a lot shorter. It's been like a few weeks already, so I don't know. It's like stressful, but also I'm not really doing any of it, so I don't know why I'm stressed, but it's just kind of there. So yeah, the people over on the rain are like taking care of that for me, so
Oh,
not
great.
too crazy, but yeah.
So I did a bit of research and I found who the parent company of Atlanta Reign is.
Cox Communications.
They also own another very famous Atlanta esports team, the Atlanta FaZe. Are you going to be doing any content with them, or you're strictly just the?
We kind of like share staff. We all work together, so I know like Jarrell, he's my boss. He's kind of the head of both teams, and yeah, like every meeting is kind of together. We're all kind of together. They're all in the same building, so I'm sure sometime they'll call me over to do some stuff. But
So what you're saying is
no
you're going
clue.
to become best friends with Arcides and Simp and Solium and BZ. You're going to try and get that ring on your finger if they make it all the way. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try.
That is kind of cool that you have the opportunity to work with multiple teams potentially. Your main team, I'm assuming, is going to be the Overwatch team, right?
Yeah.
That itself is pretty cool. But like the fact that you're maybe going to be able to work with multiple teams is even better. And I guess it would also open up more opportunities into different esports if that were the case, right?
Probably, yeah. Obviously I'm trying to take it like one step at a time, but like yeah. The room for growth in Atlanta is a lot bigger than what I had before. How do I say this? Like, I'm just not gonna say that. But yeah, Atlanta's been great so far, and I'm happy with everything that's been going on so far. It's been really good.
So I'm kind of, Kings is actually the one that introduced me to the whole Overwatch League and everything. But so do the Reign have do they have a Valorant team? Do they have like a CSGO
It's just
team?
Call of Duty and FaZe, or like Call of Duty and Overwatch,
Gotcha.
which FaZe and Reign.
Right. Yeah, I've often wondered like how the decision making goes. Like, okay, we're gonna put money into this team to fuel this game, type of thing. I guess it just depends on the popularity of the game. Is that right? So to speak.
Yeah, I mean it has to do with a lot of the social reach stuff too, and that's kind of what I've been learning throughout working with Toronto and now Atlanta. Like everybody kind of runs off their own sponsorship money and stuff like that. So the more we can do that, the more money we can bring in.
Right.
All about that.
The good thing about going to an American like esports team is it just opens up way more opportunity. Like esports will go fast in United States than Canada ever will. Like it's so big down in the States. It'll just open up way more doors for you in the future. And like I'm assuming Atlanta will also grow to multiple teams and not just the COD and Overwatch League. I'm sure eventually he'll hop into the Valorant, and if it's through your organization, I'm assuming you would also have an opportunity of working with those teams as well, right?
Yeah, anything that the team has to offer, like I'm pretty sure it's open to me right now. So it's a cool opportunity. I know when I was hopping into the CDL, I had a couple options to go to the States, but I just kind of as a first time thing, I wanted to keep it within Canada and just kind of grow a little bit first before actually trying to grow a lot, if that makes sense. So yeah, that was kind of my big decision making going to Toronto last year because I had a few different opportunities last year.
Any that you can talk about, or you don't have
Minnesota was close. Florida was very close, and then it kind of came down to Florida or Toronto, and yeah, the Canadian factor, and I was honestly going off like CDL Intel leaks of rosters, because I didn't want to ask like, hey, what's your roster during like interviews, but like I knew that was gonna be a big part for me. So when I saw like Methods and Looney were gonna probably be two that were going to Toronto, that's when I
Big
was like,
names.
okay, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna head there because there's more personality and like obviously that works better for me. So that was kind of my decision process, and obviously keeping it in Canada was like a bonus. So
That's fair. Zinni's a pretty big name in the Call of Duty League. So, and like I'm pretty sure he has one of the biggest personalities too. Funny to listen to, funny to watch.
yeah, he's
I
a great guy.
Probably, yeah, I would have probably picked the same thing too.
Yeah, but it was kind of crazy doing the interviews for that because like I said, like a lot of the people haven't announced rosters or anything. You don't know staff, you don't know anything. I was just kind of interviewing for the content spot. So yeah, it was a little scary, but yeah, worked out.
Is that
Yeah.
is that a super intimidating interview process?
Toronto it was very corporate, for lack of a better word, I guess.
Mhm.
So there was a lot of interviews with a lot of different people. It was like one person at first, and then two people, and then I think I ended up talking to like four people in the end. So
Oh,
it was
wow.
kind of like working my way up the scale. But like the first one, I remember ending it and being like, I don't know. And then the second one ended, and I was like, I don't know. And then the third one happened, and I was like, holy shit, I'm getting kind of close. Like, this might be like possible. And then the fourth one was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I have this.
Nice.
So it was like, yeah, it was kind of intimidating up until the last one. But Atlanta was totally different. It's much more of a gaming org, you can tell.
Hmm.
So like everything was a lot more relaxed. A lot of it was through Twitter DMs,
Oh,
which was
wow.
kind of crazy. Discord, and not like Zoom or anything like that. So
Right.
yeah, it was a lot less intimidating. So yeah, I feel like I did better in the interviews for Atlanta than Toronto. But yeah.
Where
Which
do you want to
yeah.
get to? Like, what's the dream? Because you're in a
End
spot
goal.
that people would like you're going into a dream for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, is this the end goal for you?
I mean, there's always room to do other stuff. There's always room to improve. I tend not to focus on like way too far in the future, just because like that can bite you sometimes in esports and content. So, my main goal and like dream right now is to just revive the content and socials for Atlanta. Like, I just want to be a team where they're like, yeah, they're really good in the Overwatch League. I just want to get them back to that.
You know how you do that, right? Torbjorn.
Ashton Jordan. That.
I mean, yeah.
You should know all about the history of Torbjorn, the Atlanta Reign. If you don't, I will gladly teach you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess that should be a part of our plan. Yeah, I'll write that down. Hold on. It was my
Going
notebook.
into the book.
Torb.
Torb.
Yeah, just a picture of Torb.
Oh, this is the notebook, by the way. It says Kanye not. It's my
Very
main
nice,
Atlanta
very
Reign notebook
nice.
right now. So
Love
there
it.
you go. Torbjorn. Got it.
Note taken.
He's gonna scratch it out later though. He's gonna be like, that guy's an idiot. Just scratch that one off.
It's very cool though.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I know Mack was kind of curious on, with how Overwatch is transitioning and it's going to become Overwatch 2. Are you excited for Overwatch 2?
I mean, yeah, the more updates and content the game gets, it's been a very stagnant couple of years. Obviously, the people that play Overwatch know that there hasn't been much new aside from since like Echo was added
Yeah.
and like broke the game for a little bit. So, I mean, yeah, the more content that I could utilize in game, the better, because like it's just easy videos. So, yeah, I'm really excited. And I heard a stat that like even though it's been stagnant, the player base has gone up a lot, which is very exciting to see going into the next game. Because like, if everybody transitions into that properly, then it could like bring it back to where it once was. You know.
Do you think Overwatch 2 might bring back some of the pros that have left? There's been a lot of pros that have left to Valorant to retire. You know
Mhm.
quite a few of them. Do you think that might bring some of these people back?
It depends how Valorant grows. I feel like because a lot of them did leave the Valorant. Yes and no. I think it would give a lot of opportunity for new people to start more than old people coming back. Just because like the old talent was kind of very one dimensional. Now that like the 2-2-2 queues are happening and stuff like that, like it kind of, even though you have a limited amount of each role now, I feel like it made the game like more complex because like there's less you can do and more skills you have to have. So that's a big part of it. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say.
I know it's a tough one because you can't speak for other people, but yeah.
Well, what do you think about those like the whole PVE side they're adding to the game? Like
I think that's
giving
cool.
the missions and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good way to get like casuals more invested into the game. You don't have to throw somebody into quick play and then they get like toxic out of their mind and then never want to play again. They can just go play PvE, then like, okay, I'll hop into quick play, then okay, I'll hop into competitive, and you kind of just hope that's how it plays out. So, I mean, yeah, the more content you bring to a game, the better. The more it keeps people on the game, the more it brings new people and older people back into the game. So, all for it.
Hell yeah.
I think that's probably a pretty good spot to kind of end the podcast for today. It's pretty exciting having you on, Dan. I hope that you enjoyed your time with us and that hopefully we'll want to come back in the future because I'm excited to hear how this transition into Atlanta is for you, getting into the full content creation swing of it. Like I said, I've said this from the beginning, and when you told me this, I'm really proud of what you've done. And it's really exciting to see you grow as a creator, as a person. It's been really nice to watch you grow and get to where a lot of us want to go. It's been cool. It's I know that we all kind of see it that way, and everybody is rooting down in Atlanta. And again, I'm gonna have to start cheering for them. I'm gonna put the Titans right on the side, and I'm gonna also cheer for them. But I'm pretty excited. So
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Dan, where can people find you? Where's the Instagram handles and the Twitter handles and
At Daniel Carranza at all socials, DANNYEL, spelled weird. Just yeah.
and you're on Twitch as well. Do you have a Twitch schedule?
No. Kind of just whenever I have time, but yeah, I try to turn it on every now and then for the people. So
Okay, and same thing, just Daniel Carranza.
yeah, Daniel Carranza everywhere.
Okay. So people go follow him. We definitely appreciate him. If you want him to come back on, let us know in the comments of the podcast. We're going to transition over on the Twitch side again. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out the podcast, the first little bit of our stream on Tuesdays, those are where we kind of sit down and do a little bit more formal podcast style. It's what you're hearing. But then we also do a gaming with a guest if we do have a guest, and we transition over to the live stream of it until they get sick of us and they don't want to be with us anymore. So we're going to transition over on that Twitch side and start playing some Overwatch with Dan.
Thanks, Dan. See you in the game.
Thanks, guys.